Welcome to A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, Lesson 335. I choose to see my brother's sinlessness. Forgiveness is a choice. I'm going to pause here and say that's a pretty powerful statement. I know in the past I have thought that I couldn't forgive. There's just some things you can't forgive. And here we have in a workbook for students an affirmation that forgiveness is a choice. Might be an extremely difficult choice, but it is a choice. I never see my brother as he is, for that is far beyond perception. What I see in him is merely what I wish to see because it stands for what I want to be the truth. It is to this alone that I respond. However much I seem to be impelled by outside happenings, I choose to see what I would look upon, and this I see and only this. My brother's sinlessness shows me that I would look upon my own, and I will see it, having chosen to behold my brother in its holy light. What could restore your memory to me except to see my brother's sinlessness? His holiness reminds me that he was created one with me and like myself. In him I find myself, and in your son I find the memory of you as well. As unique as each individual human is, there are such consistent commonalities among all people. And I have lived all around the world. I've lived in 5 world capitals. And one thing that was really astounding to me was how similar we all are. Our basic needs are all the same. Our heart's true desires are near identical. It's to be safe, to have peace, to be happy, to know joy. Those are our highest ideals. And then there are the fear-driven aspects that we identify as ego. And when something is afraid or thinks it is small and has a lack, then it looks to fill that lack or to solve the perceived need or lack or problem that it has by taking or getting or going out there and amassing power or wealth or whatever it thinks it needs to finally feel safe, instead of the reverse order that spirit takes of knowing already that it is safe, that it is whole, that it is complete, and letting that extend outward. The ego is a lie. It is a lie, fundamentally. Fear and its offspring, which is suffering and misery, are not based on reality. We've learned earlier in our workbook for students that even though the nightmare isn't real, if we believe it is, the effects of that nightmare will be felt, will be perceptually experienced. It's like if you wake up from a nightmare and you don't know you're not still a nightmare and you think you're being chased by a wolf still, and so you're running around the house and you're like banging into chairs and knocking into walls, you're gonna get hurt, but there aren't any wolves. His holiness reminds me that he was created one with me and like myself. In him I find myself, and in your son I find the memory of you as well. There's nothing to judge here. There are just beautiful souls to love. And we don't have to love the ego because it isn't real. We can have compassion that our brothers and sisters, some of them are very lost in a dark nightmare, in a very distressing dream of lack and not enoughness and fear, and they are taking desperate measures because they believe they are in desperate times. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy in their perceptual reality. And we can have compassion for that without joining the madness. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 336.